my perfectly androgynous little creatures, how are you this week? My name is Skarlet Starlet, and I'm holding it down this Monday and every Monday here on Perfect Androgyny. So what'd you guys think about last week's challenge? We did the accent challenge, and I personally thought it was fucking hilarious to watch. I think that since we had a list to go off of, like, you got really candid reactions from people, cause like, let's be real, none of us even read that shit before we did the fucking video. Last week was just really funny to me. I enjoyed everybody's post. Oh, and speaking of last week, Lita Ray, bitch, I loved your look. You did that shit, boo. You looked fucking awesome. And Arabia, your goddamn intro, bitch, you gave me a boner. That shit was amazing. Alright, that's enough about last week. Let's go ahead and press on forward to this week's topic. So this week on Perfect Androgyny, we're gonna be doing a serious topic, you guys, alright? We're discussing gay rights. You know, with Russia recently passing anti-gay propaganda laws in their country, and with the Olympics being held there and those laws still being put in place, we kind of felt like it was an appropriate time to kind of give our 2 cents on it and just kind of talk about gay rights as a whole across the world. Because what's cool about everybody on the channel is we all live in like completely different areas of the world. You know, gay rights are handled differently everywhere in the world, so I'm really interested to get everybody's take on this. So let me start this off with touching base on gay rights here in America, which in my mind is probably one of the more ideal places in the world to live and be gay. You know, I want to sit here and say that I feel blessed to live in a country where I can be myself and say what I want to and do what I want to, but I feel sad for other countries because I just feel like that is a human right. Like, nobody should be able to dictate that for you. Unfortunately, that's not the way the world works, though. It's not also to say that it's not hard to be gay here in America either. It's just, thank God, legally we have some rights that have been thrown our way. It's challenging in America, just like anywhere else, I'm sure. Let's touch base on this as small town America versus large city America. I feel like it's much easier for the gays in the cities. You know, I come from an extremely remote, rural, country-ass, redneck-ass area. Coming from that area, like, I've heard a lot of gay slander, but I really don't feel like it's any more than I would hear anywhere else in the world, you know? I mean, now that I live in a larger city, I can definitely say that the atmosphere is slightly different just because, like, I won't say that gay is more accepted in a city climate, though it might be. But I just feel like people don't bat an eyelash at it. Like, it's just a common thing. The climate in a big city versus a small town is definitely different in the fact that it's more accepting of diversity, okay? But that's not to me saying that it's more accepting of gay people. Like, you know, if I were to go back home and drag and walk around during the day, people would be fucking freaking out, okay? Like, stopping dead in their tracks, just could not believe it. But that's not to say that if I were to do the same thing dressed as, like, you know, a wildly gothic person, they'd probably still have that same reaction just because they're not as exposed to different, like, cultures and art forms and different mindsets and mentalities. They're just very closed-minded in that regard, so they kind of freak out on something that's different. They're just kind of not ready for it. Whereas here in the city, it's just kind of like a fucking free-for-all, you know? I see freaks walking down the street every day. They don't bat an eyelash at it, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let's touch base on that. So yeah, gay rights here in America is something that we're currently working on. Now, this whole deal that's going down with Russia right now has got me really upset and perturbed just because when the Olympics come to your fucking country, you know, you kind of gotta fucking bite the bullet and do some shit that you probably wouldn't like to do necessarily, because you're having to accommodate a large group of people who have countless cultural and religious differences amongst them, and you have to be accommodating for them. This doesn't have anything to do with Russia and Russia's fucking laws. Nobody cares about that. This is a fucking worldwide event where the best of the best in the world come together and show out. And I think that is fucking bullshit that Russia is still going to try to impose their anti-gay propaganda laws on the athletes during the Olympics. I was reading some articles on this back in the day, and there was actually a suggestion of what should be done about the Olympics. And, you know, a lot of gays right now are up in arms about the Russian Olympics and wanting to boycott, like, all things from Russia right now. And I don't think that that's the route to go at all. Back in the day, apparently, when the Olympics were held in South Africa, I believe, they actually banned the South African community from attending the Olympics because of like some racial laws and wars that were going down there at the time. And I kind of think that's the same route that should be taken with Russia. I think just ban them from coming to their own Olympics. They can't impose their fucking laws on these Olympic athletes that are coming here for this like monumentous moment of glory. You know what I mean? Like, that's enough about talking about that shit right there, girl. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, alright? So, be sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to Perfect Androgyny. Be sure that you follow my motherfucking ass across all social networking medias. You can find the links for all that down below in the description box. And until I see your bitch ass next week, I want you to take care, alright? Goodbye.